Okay, so you're at this big event, an event so big, it has an official event firmware, right? That's great. You and your buddies all flash your devices, you're ready to go. You got the custom channels, you got the custom configuration, everything's going to work great. You get there, and we've all seen this, right? We've all experienced this. Half the people don't get the memo, and they're still on the standard firmware chatting on LongFast. And now you have to switch between one node and another node so that you don't miss what's going on. Wouldn't it be great if you could monitor and chat on both mesh networks at the same time with a single phone? Well, that's what we're talking about here today. Let's get started. Okay, folks, here's my disclaimer. I'm going to put it up there right up front. I'm doing this on a Samsung Galaxy phone, and I'm going to be using a capability called Secure Folder, which is this brilliant bit of sandboxing that allows you to do exactly what we're after. Run a separate instance of an application with its own unique Bluetooth connectivity. Now, even if you're not on a Samsung, stick around because this concept may apply to you just using some different tools on different phones. So, for instance, on a Pixel, you may be able to use something called a work profile, or you may be able to use an application called Island. On iOS, you may have some similar capability that I'm just not familiar with. I'm not an iPhone guy, but this is something I hear about all the time in the community. Wouldn't it be great if we could do this? So if you have a solution for this and your platform, leave that in the comments and help out the rest of the community. All right, let's get to it and let's set this up. So I have a Samsung Galaxy phone here set up so that we can walk through the configuration. All right. The first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go into settings, and we're going to just do a quick search for secure folder. So I just typed in secure and did a search. And then right here, let me zoom this in so you guys can see this a little bit better. There we go. We'll go to secure folder. And then here we're going to set up secure folder. Okay. Now you have to go through a little bit of a setup process here, and you have to give it some permissions. So you have to allow secure folder access to all of these capabilities. While it's setting it up, it's telling you a little bit about the capabilities of the software. All right, now we're back. Now, the next thing it requires you to do is to set up some security for your folder. And just walk through this. There's nothing tricky here or out of the ordinary. You just need to set a PIN, a password, or a pattern. So I will go ahead and do that. Okay, and I can see that my screen sharing app does a nice job of hiding that for me as I go through that process. And I'm also turning on something called Allow Lock Reset with Samsung Account. That's so you don't lock yourself out of the account. All right. And then once it's complete, you're presented with secure folder. All right, I've went ahead and switched over to another phone where I have more of the setup complete. And here you can see I've already got the Meshtastic app loaded. How do you install an app? Super simple. You just click on the plus here at the top of that window, and you can see all of the apps that you have loaded in the standard portion of your phone, and you can select apps in that manner, or you can go to the Play Store or the Galaxy Store to load those applications. Again, this is a Samsung Galaxy phone. All right. Now, the other thing I'll point out real quickly here is some visual indicators that they give us to help us identify that these are apps actually running in the secure folder. If you take a look at the icon, you can see what I'll call a sub icon, if you will, here that is a folder with a key in it, and that is just an indicator to you that you're running in a secure folder. Right, this might make a little more sense if I take a look at the running apps here on the phone. Here is the instance of Meshtastic running from the standard portion of the phone. If you look at the icon at the top, looks like a normal icon, where if I scroll over, you can see I have another instance running, and this one has the icon with the sub icon on it. Here, let me just dial that in so you guys can get a little bit of a closer view. There you go. You can see what that sub icon looks like. Okay, and again, that's just a visual indicator to help you keep things straight, because in this case, we have the same application running. Now, something else that's very obvious that I did just to help me out is I changed the color settings, or the theme settings for each application. I have the one that's running here in the secure folder in white. And if I just scroll down here, I can see the theme. I can choose the light theme, dark theme, whatever I'd like to do, right? And I have this one set up using the dark theme. Again, just another visual indicator to help me keep them straight. Okay. All right, here you can see, I'm going to pick, let's start out on the secure folder side. Let's go to our channels. You can see I've already got this loaded with a event firmware. I'm going to choose the node chat and just do another test. I've been testing this a little bit today, and I'm going to say, we're going to send a test from the secure folder device, and I'm going to go ahead and send that message. And here you can see I already got a indicator, a notification from my other version of Meshtastic that's running that says, hey, you just received a message. And so if I go to the top here in Node Chat, I can see, yes, indeed, I did receive that message. So this allows me to do some testing without having a second phone. I can have two Meshtastic devices connected to my one phone, send messages back and forth, and make sure everything's working as expected. Now, I'm going to be running a little bit of a different use case here next week, where I'm going to have one node on an event firmware, another node on a standard firmware, so that I'm able to see what's going on both mesh networks, and I have the full picture of what's happening at my event through a single phone without swapping back and forth between nodes and potentially missing messages. All right. So one other thing I want to point out just before we get too far along here is that you are actually running two versions of the applications with two Bluetooth connections to two different devices. So there's bound to be some sort of battery impact here. How big is that? I'm not really sure. I'm going to find out more next week, but I did want to point that out. Now, I also, again, want to mention that this is a solution that I found that works very well for Samsung Galaxy phones, but I am positive there are other similar type solutions for other platforms. If you have found one of those solutions, if you're running one of those solutions, won't you leave a comment here on this video and help others out in the community? You would not believe how many times I hear, boy, wouldn't it be nice if. Well, we know on the Samsung, you certainly can, and I'm sure we can on other platforms as well. Hey, I hope this helped you guys out, and until next time, 7-3.